Okay, we're about to get started. We have 3 here, we have 4 here. But we're looking at everybody, we're asking everybody to just respect this town hall. Respect this meeting. If there's something you need to say, we'll just have to say that for later. Now, I don't have anybody on the agenda, so that means that nobody would be able to say anything that relates to the town hall meeting. Whatever. Okay, at this time here, we'd like to just, everybody, just bow their heads, just say a silent prayer. Talk to the Lord. That was what we was going through, and see how God can just aid us and help us in our way of living, our way of thinking, or whatever it may be. Thank you. Say a silent prayer. Before we get started here, is it morning that you on? If it is, I'll turn the air on. It's okay? Okay. Roll call.
Joe Bell. Sharon Bell. Here. James Patterson. Here. Elfrida Mitchell.
So she may be a little late.
Shantara Rudolph. Here.
Okay, at this time here, we have the agenda. Let's just take a quick look at the agenda before we approve it. Won't be any changes done on this here. Just look at it now, and, be a few minutes, just take a look before we ask for approval. Okay, have everybody finished? So, I'm asking for a motion to approve the agenda. Give a second. If anyone vote no, abstain, not, the motion has been approved. I don't have a whole lot to say right now, but I'm just glad to be here and glad to see so many here right now. And, go out in the community, just all of us, just see can we get people to come to our meetings and just all of us work together and make this town one of the best days. But there's certain things we can do, certain things we cannot do. We've got to be able to know what to do at the right time. So right now, things are looking real good. I'll talk a little bit more about that, during my time when I get up to speak, along with the council members. Okay, I'd like the clerk to, deal with the finance report.
Okay, assets. Total in the checking statement, 578,808.13. Building and capital facilities, 256,576. Furniture, other equipment, 68,358. Infrastructure, 1,381,433. Land, 8,500. Storage building, 4,330. Total fixed assets. Okay, total assets is 2,297,947.71. And, all all the council members, should have a copy of all the details of the balance sheet, the profit loss, and the detailed transaction.
We're keeping a good record, as you may see that, how the money is being spent, how much coming in, and how much going out. And right now, we still have not completed what we're supposed to, knowing our assets, how much here and how much there for the town home. These are things happen way, way back. But right now, since I've been here for the 5 years, and we're up to date with everything. We counted everything down to a penny. And we got it in black and white, that we'll see just how much we have here. But now back to approving this agenda, this finance, we're gonna wait until our other council members be sworn in. I've been doing a little more research to make sure that what we own is here, how much it's worth. But we got a good clerk here. We have a good person that comes in to make sure this work is done correctly, along with myself. So right now, we're not gonna ask for a motion to approve this finance report. But we'll see what we have here, and there's no fault. I looked over it, and we have myself, Laura, and our accountant that help us with this here. So we're all up to date. And, pass this here out before we go into anything else, just to let you just see, although it's on the paper, but you can get a better account about the bank statement. I just want this back. I want to just tell you, just see how much money that we have and how much money we have collected during this time compared to way back in the days. And everybody give us a good name. Everybody give us a good name. The banks, and everybody I know give us a good name about what we are doing. And that's $1,000-some we pay every month. We've been paying it for 5 years. That's a loan that was going on way back in the days. Now we're almost got that almost paid out. It will be paid out before my 4 years up. And we're doing real good. And that's an A+. And just now we're clapping in for ours good. Money is the rule of this whole thing, and we get broke, we're gonna be in trouble. And that's why I'm saying this about finance, real good. And that's the one of the main thing, the finances. You know, we have $1,000-some light bill, $1,300-1,400 sometimes. And now if we get to a point we don't have money to pay, we have to cut these lights off, and that's embarrassing. If anybody have gone through something with their own finances, and you messed around and did something that you ain't supposed to do, you see how much devil, I'm gonna say hell, how much devil you caught trying to make it work. So we got this here under control, we don't sweat behind it, and we hope to keep it that way. We can go out there and buy this and buy that, and at some point, we don't have no revenues coming in, very little. And that means we have to be real careful with our finances. No question about that. Now, I'd like to get those bank statements back. I want the council members just to take a quick look at it. See how much money we have, and how much being spent out, and see all that right now. We will not ask for a motion to approve that. We'll wait later until we got all our documents and things like that to make sure we're on the right road. Each person look at those bank statements and make sure they're all back in that box and that folder, and like get everything put back in my folder, back in my office. Now, while we pass that round, we're gonna go into where we read and adopt up the minutes. That's Laura. Excuse me, calling you Laura. I appreciate you.
The meeting for the regular meeting, Monday meeting. The The meeting was called to order at 6:08 p.m. by Mayor Harold Bell. The invocation was open but silent, 1 minute prayer in unison by the attendees. The roll call by the clerk showed the following in attendance: Joe Bell, Sharon Bell, Janice Patterson, Alfreda Mitchell, and Ms. Shantara Rudolph were absent due to a conference. Okay, the quorum was established to conduct the town's meeting. Approval of the agenda. At the review of the agenda, Mayor Bell asked for a motion to approve the agenda. It was moved for approval by Ms. Sharon Bell and second by Joe Bell. Approval adoption of the minutes. Clerk read the minutes, approved and adopted. Council members Alfreda Mitchell motion to approve, Sharon Bell second. And the mayor approved and adopted the minutes. Council members Joe Bell and Janice Patterson denied the motion. Financial report for August 2025. Clerk read the report and the mayor answered questions about the infrastructure amount. As per the past few months, the panel did not vote on approval of the financial reports due to the overstated infrastructure amount. Members were given a detailed financial transaction history for Karen. Financial reports wasn't approved. Old business. Mayor asked council members to write down the needs of the community again, saying the county, paying the county-wide grants and GMC for the work performed on the road construction. Officer, new business, officer sitting in the town meeting, work completed on the roads, limbs covered by Mr. Willie Wilson. Orientation for council members and a swearing-in date for the new administration. Executive session was called to order. Councilmember Janice Patterson motion and Sharon Bell second motion. It was called to order at 7:22 p.m. and reconvened at 7:33 for regular order service. Adjournment meeting was adjourned at 7:39 p.m. Sharon Bell motion for the adjournment and Alfreda Mitchell second.
Okay, we have listened to the minutes now, everything okay, we'll ask for motion to approve. Any questions?
Question. Approval of adoption of minutes versus Joe Bell and Janice Patterson denied the motion. It was abstained, not denied. This is correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm asking for a motion to approve the minutes. I get a motion.
I motion we approve the minutes with any necessary changes.
I get a second. Okay. Anyone vote no or abstain? Not, the motion has stand approved. And we have new business and old business. And, number 8, it says council members write down some important needs for the town of Marlton and give them to the mayor. Now, I don't understand, I put this on it, maybe, I know 2 or 3 different times. And, the reason I said this here, the council members, y'all don't come here but once a month. Once a month. And that means now, you can't get so much done. But you see what's going on in the community. If you're a council member, you should see what's going on. Then now you put it down, just like a lady, 93 years old, called me. I recall her not calling her name. Said there's some potholes right down on that road where we live. 93 now. And that's the same as me writing this down. Writing it down so I can keep it in my head. And now I told her, I say, I don't care what, I'm gonna do that. All I'm gonna do is get the town just to get that far. I'm gonna go out there myself and do it. And most of you have seen me out there just like I'm a slave. And that's where I was brought up. To save money, and that's how we got so much money here now, because I get on my track to do a lot for this town, and I want people to appreciate that. And you see me out there, but I told this lady that I'm going to make sure that get done. If that's fault. Now, I've done a lot of it up going towards Central School and other places, because the deal is, we don't want nobody to get hurt. Lawsuits. It's 100% where people say, hey, I'm getting me a lawsuit now. All they do is bump, and we have already paid 1 or 2 people for the car, and got one more that sooner or later that gonna have to pay. Because they can take us to court, it's the law, that where someone hit a bump, and do their car bad, or break or bust a tire or something, he's gotta pay it. But now we're gonna bar these things. So far we have, and you look at the plats that we have in our office, that we have not had any lawsuits. Had not even had nothing that causing our insurance to go up, the insurance have to pay for something. When these guys go out there and pick up paper, I'm out there right there with them. I was taught to do that, because safety comes first. And now I don't have people out there drinking, or maybe, waving people down and trying to say, go give me this here or that, whatever it may be. And that's what causing all of these accidents. But this lady, 80, now another lady, 85, said that her son, her brother, is playing out in the road there, right down the street here, on Kane Circle. And you ride through that way now and see how it look. I got Wilson that out there helps me out here sometimes. Do the grant, got him, he didn't charge not one dime. He said up maybe about 30 minutes an hour. And that was about 5:30 in the morning. We was down that road, and at 6 o'clock, I was out there. And I took the town saw and my saw, and I cut all of that stuff out where they can see. I got an amen for that. Now I saved somebody's life, because they had pulled out there and said, hey, the car hit her. They're gonna show that on this. Everybody like to do this here now. Everybody love to do that. They're gonna say, okay, this here what caused our son or somebody got hurt or got killed. That's a big lawsuit. I did what I suppose. Now what I do, when I do something, I'm gonna do it right. I did all of that. It took me about 2 good hours or maybe 3 hours. I stayed there till I finished. And there's some more places here that need to be in the project here on William Drive and the Reed Drive. Look, the buses, the lady called me, said there's some trees in the way, the bus is so high. I used to drive a bus when I was 16 years old, and that bus was high, and these limbs hanging down like that. And we cut those out the road. And that's why I said, find things that if you don't want to write it down or whatever, call us and say, this is something need to be done, because somebody called me and said that this here need to be done. And that's the only way I would know. And that's why I want working council members. You know, if you're gonna run with something, do your job required now before the 4 years. And that's why I won, because I always was doing something in the community and people gave me an amen. Now, you may not want to accept that, but you gotta work if you're gonna be somebody in this town. You gotta take all of us, that's what we're here for. But you only come here once a month. Once a month. On paper, now you're supposed to come once a month by law. But now all the other things you do, you have to be on your own and say, I'm gonna be a good council member. I'm gonna go take somebody to the doctor, I'm gonna do these things. If somebody asks you for $5 to help pay their light bill, you got to just about say, yes, I can. But now at the same point, what I'm saying, you only get for once, and I said, write these things down. Cause you see it just like I see it. And they call me, and I see it myself sometimes. And now, you see paper in the road, sometimes you're gonna be a good councilman, just pick it up and make our town look better. But it's never too good not to do some of these things. I was brought up, you use the word a slave. I'll use that. But it's not a slave, it's just that I like doing what I do. So much for that, and that's why I wrote put that on there. If you don't wanna write it down, just tell me something if you see something going on. Yes.
Question, now I know you should remember last year, I brought it up about the kitchen, stove and refrigerator, but nothing ever.
Well, now, you may not believe it here, it was brought up.
Mhm.
And I punish you to go get that, somewhere you never done it. I don't know what.
Because it was
And
said to me,
it was said to you, what was said, who said to you?
it was said that the mayor said, if
Well,
I.
who told you that? Now, who said that?
Well, I'm not gonna call
Well,
names.
you're not,
I'm not here
well,
to
we
talk
don't wanna
about
hear
it.
that, if it's not somebody that you can bring a name up, then we don't wanna do that children stuff, we wanna be real and make things work. If you got a plank, call it out, cause you don't want to, like those children, when I was teaching school, they'll come back and say, well, yeah. But we got to understand, when you say something, you're not gonna say, call that person's name. Then we can work things out, cause it could be a lie, see. Stuff like that, I'm 73 now, we're not able to hear things that we don't have to hear. This town is real now. But now, I remember, I punished you to do that,
Mhm.
and you never got it done.
Well, when I did.
Now, all you had to do was just go get it done. Now, I had Bright Eye, he was an expert, he'd been working with water, gas for a long time, I worked with gas also, there's no gas. But at the same time, Bright Eye said, that stove right there is just as good as a brand new one, it's just rusty looking. That's what he said. What he said about that, it meant that when you cut them hours on, the new stove gonna be the same way that you cut it on. Now, the electric stove is different from that. Those stoves like that, if you know gas, if you leave it on just a little bit, gas can see. Now if you go and scratch a match, it's gonna blow up. So that means now, it's just like anything, it's just like you know your phone. It's just like you gotta know that. So that's now a dangerous stove, but we're gonna get those things, and that's what we're gonna do now. When we be sworn in, we're gonna really have an orientation, we're gonna really see how can we get some done. You know, Cindy brings things to me that no good now, cause we can't just buy something if it's not, the money not there. But we got money, and I know some things we need, but I will get to that